Well then, it looks like we are ready to go. The third and final map to decide who will be taking the extra 30k. That's the difference between third and fourth place, believe it or not. So that's like used to be first place prize pool back in the day. So that's actually quite the chunk of change. Kiabi doping things up with an aggressive push from Apex. He gets shut down, and he's got no one to refrag with him. So that was a bit of a clumsy play, but that's not. Body from the top of middle finds device.
Pretty good shot. Inferno, a great deciding map as always.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Body goes back out for more. Doesn't have the same success this time, although I thought he might be able to get Kirby there. Kenny S backs off as he gets pressured. The top of middle, the mid wall. Glaive. Maybe the first around the corner with Kirby directly after. Tagged up as Glaive. Slightly by Kenny's USP, but they aren't going to commit. They're going to fall back toward middle instead. Watch the push out. Shocks behind them. Any chance of recuperating or regrouping to go back down toward B? Taken back ever so slightly by Shocks. Great damage further onto Glaive as well as Kenny pops back out to get Xyp9x, and indecision seems to be the curse of all for Astralis. Somehow Glaive gets a kill despite the low HP, but Kenny and MBK close the round.
Well, there we have it. It's G2 to recover from the initial push from Apex there. It was Body with the fantastic shot at the top and middle to bring it to the 4-on-4. Nice flank from Shoxy they didn't see coming. Managed to find the first headshot nice and clean. He actually dinked the second as well. Couldn't find the killing blow. And just force my middle and take it down. Force buy from Astralis in return. CZ's Deagles. Second round coming through. Not a single rifle for the G2 side. In terms of close range encounters, Astralis can pretty much go toe-to-toe with them. Also got a lot more utility. Astralis with none. Well, they got one flashbang. And they'll head towards the boiler room, Device and Co. Very strong in this position, especially Dupree. Comes, see that in hand. We have got 3 players. Top and middle. One watching apartments. Could be a bit of an issue.
Body. Down by Dupree. CZ spray.
That's the thing. At close range, they pretty much are equal. CZ arguably stronger in certain instances.
Well, these two it certainly was. Xyp9x gets a spray on Shocks as well. Both having UMPs to try and go against it. Perhaps the MP9 the answer because Kenny gets 1 kill. Apex in the sight. Slows them down and Kenny continues to run around and finds Dupree in the open. So they'll pick up a UMP on the hands of Device. They still have the advantage. Oh, I thought Astralis would pull it back. Device nearly gets Kenny. Doesn't, in fact, to take that back. Excuse me, he was killed off by the Deagle in the end. Glaive survives.
To be planted as well. Definitely got a chance to win this one. They are quite separated as well. Will be Apex coming in from the arch himself. He's going to have 40 HP. Glaive challenges him now. They have a really strong chance to win this one out. Gets the damage, gets tagged, that's the problem. MBK gets that information as exactly where he is as well. And that Molotov should do it. You can see Glaive making his way towards apartments now. I don't think he's been detected at all. Making a lot of noise and, oh, I guess the flames hit that slightly. And yeah, MBK will find now. Guaranteed frag. There it is. Good work. Nice and calm. No kit. That's going to be close. I don't think he's got that.
That is close. No kit? Oh no, he doesn't. He's off it. Astralis steal around back. The CZ kills early and then the late play.
Glaive running back there.
Well done.
Bit of a discussion there. Yeah, shake of the head as well. Not too happy about that. He did save his UMP, but it's the CZ of Dupree, especially in that boiler room. A couple of frags coming his way. He's a bit of a nuisance these days in CSGO. That's round number 3. Forced by from G2 once again. Focusing on these UMPs, I guess, is the benefit. If you do lose one of those rounds, you can still bring out the lighter weaponry. One Galil for Dupree.
MBK elevated. So 1 Galil equaled by that of 1 FAMAS, and then the rest are on UMPs.
Yeah, 8 UMPs in the round.
Quality is everything. Yes, that door is open. It doesn't go anywhere, Xyp9x. Is there a hitbox on the doorway? Can you actually throw stuff in there?
I don't think so.
I've never tried. I don't know why. Nade out. Dupree holds the wall. They'll push through the smoke. aggressively toward the archway, and then the CT immediately after they have to be ready for Apex, who's ready for them, but traded back. Dupree gets the kill, having Glaive go down just before. Device waiting at top of Banana will put pressure on MBK as the Rap continues the rotations in. 2 players already through Library. They've got to be quick to get to the site because they'll be caught if they don't get in immediately. And they may, in fact, just barely get around the corner before the vision was there. I thought the CTs would have at least one shot as the bomb goes down. Body gets closer. Flash into Ruins immediately. They aren't wasting any time at all, having lost on time in the last round, if you will, in the defuse. Shox gets one back. He's the last alive. Good Rap from Device. Goes back out to find him. 2-1 Astralis.
Yeah, they couldn't really afford to waste any time there. Once again, having no kits or real utility to retake there. Good pinsap from the Astralis side, getting the kill at the arch side, going through spawn. They had a trade of Apex and going through CD spawn to the side itself. It's to actually Device, I think it was, at the mouth of Banana. Made his way in, got the retrade and managed to win the round. Retake was attempted by G2, but it have to be the full eco now as Astralis go up 2-1. Get into the next round here, full eco. Absolutely not a single dollar invested. Does rush middle. Dupree with the spray down. Can he get all 5? And he gets 1, surprisingly. He's get up towards Banana perhaps, but Device ready to challenge. He'll get 2. So doing a pretty decent job of getting a couple of frags on the board, but that's all they'll find. 3-1 in favor of Astralis. Money will return for G2. It's not amazing though. You can see the AWP is an option, but there'll be someone giving up armor completely if they were to drop it for Kenny S. It's probably not going to happen. There'll be rifles across the board here. Body could still drop the AWP. Same story for Shox. Not going to do it. That's why that force buy in the second is always a little bit difficult. To be fair, GT did win the pistol, so getting the round against you in round number 2, it's always going to put you in a difficult financial stance. So you're going to get 4 M4s and a Famus. Had a fuse kit this time, just to make sure. Certainly capable of winning these rounds. They might have to play a little bit more aggressively towards Banana. They'll hold back for now. They've got a flashbang in their hand to take down any suing terrorist at the very top. And Body watches towards Boiler, where Dupree is pretty much every single round.
Body. It's underneath of the atrium. Dupree. Ooh, hard the angle. Kenny gets closer. Timing's becoming a funnier and funnier thing to me. It's just bad timing, mate. It's not you. It's just bad timing. Kiarby, he wants to wrap back around and see what he spots toward the site. Gets closer with the smokes down as well. There is a gap that could be advantaged to anyone playing in Graveyard. Taken advantage of by anyone playing in Graveyard, I should say. But it's all going to be taken advantage of by Astralis as they push through. Body in the site, found by Dupree. And Device waiting for rotations.
Astralis running away with the round once again. Financial situation just not really working out for G2 at this point. 1 planted today and 2 players just have to save it. Apex and MBK didn't rotate from Banana. Didn't find any frags at all. Really, it's only Body that gets 1. KRB drops. Now this could be another force buy situation for G2. If they save 2 weapons, I think just let them save it. That's fine. If they are going to keep forcing, we'll let them do it. Trying to make sure they hide all the weapons there, throw them out of the map. No one to save anything. Smile there from Device as well.
Just running around, firing the weapon. Having a grandioso time. That was unnecessary, Glaive. That was unnecessary, Apex.
Well, is it necessary to force into this round? We'll have a look. Wants to play, they'd probably take a tactical pause here, I would say. I'd be calling for one at this particular moment. So they're not. Guns being dropped. They are going for the force buy. Maybe just a few pistols dropped. Let me see. Yeah, so just some pistols dropped by the players that saved weaponry there. Mammoth M4, a couple of CZs at a Deagle. Enough to win a round, but can MBK find his first kill? Looks like he's got a good angle here. Probably gets 1. Oh, not quite. He'll be smoked out, but this might be 3 frags coming in for the Astralis boys. It certainly will be. B-side completely open now. And we've got Shoxy and Kenny S. The final retake attempt, but not really much Kenny can do about this, apart from a nice little headshot there. Takes 1, but that's all he'll find. 5-1 now. Quite the lead. 4 rounds. Well, I think it's 5 clean rounds in a row, isn't it? So maximum loss bonus now for the CTs. They're losing the pistol. It's Astralis looking very good indeed.
Yep. The round going the way of Astralis, Device and Dupree. Pretty solid. pretty good.
You're a Larry David fan?
Nah, I just saw that in a Donut Media video the other day. No,
Okay.
my roommates used to watch them all the time.
Yeah.
But I did see that in a
good
Donut
stuff.
Media video the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, forgot about that one.
That's a good pause this time. We can bring out the double orb setup. It was strong. On Mirage, at least. MBK getting some beautiful shots. Maybe even better than Kenny S on that map. He hasn't had the best performance here today in the third place decider, but the double orb does come out indeed. It used to be Shoxy and Kenny, brothers in arms with the orb on this map, but this time it's MBK. The team prefer that, apparently.
He jumps toward the boiler. 5-1. As they put pressure on a double op setup, and MBK has been solid on that secondary op. Takes down Device immediately.
Yeah, good work. That's a great opening pick. They were opting for the banana control at the start, but MBK shutting them down. Don't have to be too aggressive now. We've got Kenny S watching the arch. Probably smoked out for now. Fires off a shot, gives away his position, but Body doesn't want to fall back just yet. He actually makes it work. Glaive pushing up top middle by himself. 5-on-3 now. Surely just fall back for the crossfires and the bomb, so that's exactly what they do. Deploy a bit of utility to buy some time while they reposition themselves. 1 minute remaining here. Nothing really at all for Astralis to work with. No smokes. Got one Molotov, and Dupree knows he has to work hard for the kill here. Nades towards Junk, but can't find anything at all. And at this point, I'm pretty sure this is a guaranteed round. Kiabi, so he'll be waiting in the cubby hole towards B. His teammates presumably go through spawn and try and take the aggro away. So this could work out, considering it's MBK alone with the AWP and the B bomb site. If he goes down or misses one shot, we've got an opening. But this is pretty much the duel that decides it. Apex goes down with nothing. Got an opening to work with there.
Position from Apex, but Xyp9x is there to trade once again.
That's the shot.
Yeah, MBK, again, double up, ready. I thought he was gonna get the third one. Does now. Xyp9x goes down. So the double up pays off for G2 as Apex takes down yet another chicken. We go 4-2. 4-2, 5-2, what am I saying?
5-2. You're right.
Second time.
Big clean round as well. It was MBK that kicked things off with the AWP shot towards Banana. Fell back. He then got another pick courtesy of Body, and then defensive formation. Allowed a split to come through towards CD spawn, but Apex did enough by getting one of the kills there. And we go to round number 8. Plenty of money, of course, for the Astralis side. Device brings out the AWP there. Knowing that he's up against 2 AWP, it's very likely one of them will get aggressive at the start, either a top or middle or Banana. Delay this time. So he's very careful. Nade the corner. Double nade just to make sure. No one's there this time. I think after MBK showed his position there, he's aware they'll try and shut that down, so he'll be happy that he'd avoided those nades. His adjustment was correct. Good shot, actually. Maybe missing out. That sort of like he's going to hit that for days. Good bunny hopping though from Glaive through the flames. And he'll be pouncing towards the A side now. His Body deploys a decent smoke. He'll sit in the quad position itself, but there it is. Guaranteed frag. The bomb dropped as well.
Bomb dropped and Body backs off. Shox is ready inside of the pit though, and Xyp9x falls. So even though Kenny S missed the first opportunity and first shot, it's gone back the way of G2, or has it? Because Dupree with good position inside of Graveyard. He's backed off as well, knowing Shox is still in pit. Problem is he's got to go eventually, or does he? Because Glaive's found a pick on Apex that allows Device to set and ready for Shox. It's down to just NBK, and this time the double op figured out. He has to try and retake with it, and maybe not even that.
All recovered by Astralis there. Is looking a little bit desperate at times, but 2 kills with Glaive secure the situation. MBK has no choice but to save here. Well, he won't even get that. Glaive looking for the knife, but just make sure he doesn't run off. Doesn't pick up the AWP. Oh, probably wants to. They don't have one.
Don't know. We'll never know. It's a mystery.
That's quite a harsh reset. I think they'll be able to buy just about, considering that they won the round with like 3 or 4 players surviving in the previous. I'll have a look though. Maybe a UMP CZ sort of round. What have we got? Yeah, full eco. So, seemingly going to be 7-2 here. It's quite the one side of the fair at this point. G2, after winning the pistol, can't get rolling yet. Double orbs, very expensive to bring out. And the Body, I thought, to be dropped first. Dupree was in the correct position, but couldn't quite nail the shot. In terms of the buy, a couple of P250s, a CZ, no armor, no nades, so should be smooth sailing here. As we get the first shot, Device executes Apex. Information in one of them's pushed, probably alone at the B side at this point, but there'll still be more than fine to go towards A. Like up against the default pistol, it's not like they'll cause much of a dent here.
Glaive. A couple quick shots adds damage to the insult to injury, I guess, if you want to call the injury. The shot from Kiabi that got the kill. Device closes out on MBK. 7th round for Astralis. Very solid T side.
Indeed.
As they control the economy. Again and again and again and again. In the words of Anders Bloom.
Beeloom.
Anders Beeloom. Isn't a loom like what you weave yarn with? Isn't that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The loom. I want to learn to knit. Make myself some cool hats and sweaters.
Yeah, I've heard that's very therapeutic.
Perfect for me then.
Yeah.
Need all the therapy I can get. But then you're also putting sharp needles into my hands that are usually reasonably long.
I'm sure we can find like a children's edition for
weaponry.
you. Like just blunt sticks.
Blunt sticks are ones that are like rubber, so if you try and penetrate anything, they just bend, and then I can't actually stab people with them. That'll work.
And we've got money again for GT. Once again, no kits. That has been a bit of an issue for them. They are a team famously that struggles with economy generally. On to 4 spies and double orbs. They've got expensive tastes on a cheap budget. I should say, considering their friends, the champagne taste on a beer budget. That works better.
It's bad tastes and a good budget, sounds like. All you need is beer. Both players, we see in our camera, turn their faces to the wall as a teammate flashes out and they can peek the top of middle. Shocks makes no mistake taking out Glaive. It's Dupree's turn to try and get a response. Gun barrel shows body. Certainly was ready for it, but smartly Dupree decides not to peek any further, and they'll back off entirely, and it looks like Banana will be the point of contention now. More so because Device has been there babysitting it and waiting for it to be a possibility.
45 seconds remaining. The execution towards B will be coming through. It's Glaive that's gone down. They've got the smokes, though, ready and waiting for CD spawn and coffins. Flashbangs over, maybe one Molotov deployed towards first oranges or new boxes. We'll see where they decide to go with that. Flashbangs going in as well. Smokes as described. First shot for Zipex. No Molotov used as of yet. As Apex, oh, he's struggling there, jumping up and down. He'll be taken down as well. That's going to be the B-side open. Like we said, no kits coming into this one. Shoxy has to find at least 2 kills as he goes to the retake here. That's going to be a good start, though. Zipex, a questionable call with the nade in his hands there. Didn't have to do that. Could have definitely thrown that smoke from around the corner.
Penny walks out, takes down no one. It Shocks instead. Swapped it over. Shocks gets back in the site. Dupree finally shuts down Kenny, but Shocks is still going to hold him off. He's the last alive, smoked out. They're not on the defuse yet, says Dupree. If he hit that shot, might have had a chance at it. Now G2 will pick up round number 3.
They will. Zipex there. And Rare. It's in concentration. All you have to do at that point is just stay alive. They had no kits. Obviously, they don't know that, but they had the man advantage to drop that smoke. Even at the entrance of Ruins, just where he was, would have been absolutely fine. Opted to stand in the open, pull out the smoke, and give Shoxy the opportunity he was so desperate for. Comes down to the 2 versus 1 with Dupree with the AWP. Finds one of the kills in the 3 versus 1 originally, but not enough to win the round. If he got that second as he crossed over from spawn, that's pretty much guaranteed, considering he had no kits. But it wasn't meant to be. And G2 posted another round on the board here. 7-3 will be the overall score. Need to be careful of the reset, though. They go back to the double orbs once again. No orb on the T side. The third and final map of our third place decider. This is just warming you up, though. This is leading to the best of 5 grand final between Virtus Pro and SK Gaming. Should be quite the game, I would say. Almost certainly goes to 5 maps the way Virtus Pro are playing right now. Flashbang coming in, and Body lines them up and mows them down. Looking for the 4K. It's 3.5 so far. Should be able to get it. Denied slightly, but Kenny should secure the round here. Can't find the no-scope, but still looking fine. 2 versus 1, but it's the clutch master. Got Apex in the pit, but there was so much attention towards this side of the map. I don't think he'll be anticipating this. Apex, a little bit worried that he hasn't gone all the way around as of yet. And yeah, should be guaranteed around now. You just wouldn't think, after killing that many players on the quad side, that someone else would be towards the pit. Apex, more than happy to pick that one up. 2 rounds in a row now for G2. It's going to be 7-4 as they start to stabilize themselves. I think that'll be the last of the Danish money. We'll have a look. Good work from Body. Spraying them down one by one. Does manage to get 3.5 kills.
Back underway immediately as we get to a 7-4 score. G2 trying to salvage the half at this point in time. Give themselves a fighting chance. There always is with G2, it seems. EK. This time inside of the site. Kenny S. inside of library with the two respective ops. Believe we'll get boosted. Flower pot. Ooh, okay. That was not. Oh, they'll go for it again. Why not? No one was there. Good straight mechanic that time by Dupree. I'll get on top of.
Let's make a noise.
The windowsill as well. Jumps over to the second one. No smokes down. He actually has some vision. Oh my goodness! I thought he was going to get the shot. The timing might have favored him, and even while blind, he does locate body. Good play in the end. Worth it to go back for the second attempt on the jump as Shocks sits to the pit. Kenny tries to go aggressive. Can't do it. Shocks as well. Still waiting behind the smokes, but the smoke's gone off. Somehow Glaive doesn't see him. He's sitting in the open. Dupree gets one back again, and thankfully Zipix chimes in as well. Otherwise, they would have lost the lead. It's Kenny. Starts to try and fire out with the P250. Can't quite land that either, as Kenny does eventually get the shot to Dupree. Goes aggressive leg shot, though, because Zipix was in the air, and Device behind MBK just walks out and gets them both as they had no idea he was approaching.
Zonix happy at that one. Good work from Device. Good flank at the end coming from the library area. Does manage to win the round there. Came for the opening pick of Dupree after being boosted up. It was one of my favorite boosts. It's difficult to pull off and find the opening pick, but if you do find a little bit of wiggle room, it can be difficult to shut down. Another round on the board for Astralis, actually ending up winning the half now, 8-5. Coming to, 8-4, beg your pardon, as we come into the last few rounds here. Number 13, CZ's a shotgun and M4, certainly a force buy here. Will it be enough to get another round? As this could be the end of the half for G2. Their money's going to be in the bin if they don't win this.
Glaive with Dupree. Carry over toward B. Check the cubby. Dupree knows it's now clear and immediately takes down Apex up close. Good read. Needs to know that Shocks is also standing by. Goes toward the arch and then thinks otherwise. Finish my word. Because it was wise. Dupree goes back and finds Shocks pushing through. Zipix walks out, takes down MPK. Finally a kill for Kenny, but it's the only one thus far for G2. Body as well is continuing to fire out toward the banana position as Carby trades back after the shotgun found a kill. Gonna plant it wide open, but that's fine because they're rotating around. They've already got CT control. And Kenny swaps the M4 for an AK. That suggests he won't go any further, and it'll go to 9-4 Astralis opening half. And a chance to go 10, maybe even 11-4.
Saves the AWP. Oh, the AWP. The AK-47. Used to saying that a little bit too much. And that was a force buy from the G2 boys, so it hasn't gone too well for them. Dupree finds two. He's having a very decent game here on Inferno. And Kiabi presumably gets his kill on Kenny. He won't be looking in the right direction at all. Hello. Oh, just about picks him up. Kenny has down to 19 HP. Can't believe his luck there. And he will be surviving from what I can see as well. We have got Dupree making his way towards middle. But Glaive somehow gets it. All right then. A little wallbang there as well. Through the wooden beam, I believe, and no money here for this round. Here's the replay coming in from Dupree. Good job there, the AK-47 too. Huge frags there. Another eco. As we find the 9th round for the Astralis boys. This is the third and final map. There is a difference of $30,000 between third and fourth place, so definitely worthwhile playing this map out. Or playing the series, I should say.
And the NBK stack themselves up. Quad side. Flash over. Cover off the top of Banana. Body playing the smoke accordingly with the shotgun. Hoping that someone will walk through and he'll be able to take them down. Pistol ready. Just peeks out. Good find by Shocks. Takes out Zipix. Find MBK as well. Watch for Glaive falling back. Shocks is able to get the kill. Kiabi goes down, only getting one. G2 pulling it back somehow with the pistols. It's down to just Device. Bomb is in middle, and they'll swarm it on the G2 side.
Smoke down as well. They've locked him out. He's got time to work with here, but they've got another smoke and a Molotov as well to keep him there. 2 smokes. They keep finding all sorts of things on the floor.
Just go through it. Does, makes it down. Oh, well, that one's going to change it because the angle's deeper, so even though he gets to the stairwell, he won't be able to see mid just yet. Still wants to push, still wants to go through. AK picked up by MBK will certainly do. They all had gone hunting for guns and be ready for the fight. G2 respond and salvage something by getting 5 rounds. It gives them a fighting chance, as we mentioned. That's all they want, just to stay in the fight.
Well, after the first 2 maps, he did see 60 rounds of CS played out. Third looking likely to make it 90. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, managed to dodge overtime so far. We get into it, round number 15. Money back in GT's favor. CZs prevail, and they've actually knocked down the money quite considerably. Now the Astralis side, they've got 2 pistols now, a UMP, a couple of AKs, Device lacking any sort of utility, and Glaive will be Molotovs in towards Banana. They won't flash round just yet. He's got one of the CZs here, so you want to throw him in first and see if he can get anything done at the sandbags position. Good flashbangs on the CT, so allows Apexes to fall back here. Grenade bounce off the corner of the wall. Oof, there's considerable damage there as well, but just burning players are waiting for any CT aggression there, so good work by him. Final round now. They will be attacking towards A, but the bomb's still down at T steps. I won't be happy about that. So we'll go recover it. 1 minute remaining, still absolutely fine. They've got some basic map control of the apartments on top of Banana as well, so options available. Smokes aplenty as well, 4 of those in the back pockets. There's a B for G2. That's the bomb going to be heading.
Double smoke down, potential to jump through for Dupree. Try and funny hop out, Jordan nothing Gilbert style. Zippix is actually the one instead. Nearly got Shocks was a bit lackluster on the spray. Ran out of ammunition because of it. That causes him to go down to Dupree, who was on 4 HP. A single bullet further, and the kill and job would have been done. Body found as well as Device comes back from the site. Didn't expect it as he tried to go in toward Boiler instead. Dupree gets inside of the graveyard. Kenny S. Wants to work his way back across the top of middle. MBK. Gonna hold Device in position. Goes back out on the shoulder peek. Good flash. Baits out the shots, keeps him staring at the flash, knew that he was blind, and therefore got the kill. Great play. Dupree goes down, however, Glaive's still in the pit. It's a pinch position. Kenny tries to get aggressive, can't do it. 9-5 turns to 10. It's a great half from Astralis on the terrorist approach.
Considering lost pistol as well, that is very good. Pistols, UMPs, and AKs to finish things off there in the 15th round. They managed to do it. Bomb makes his way back towards A, and once they have control of the pit, it's all shut down. Kenny S can't do anything in the 2 versus 1 situation. Win the pistol, we have another 13-5 situation potentially. See what they can do on the CT side here. Final half coming in. Astralis with the lead. Could have closed it out on Nuke, but dropped off in the final few rounds, and Shoxy looks a little bit out of it. There he is. Resting his eyes.
Tired, long event. Best of 3s all the way through.
This is the format the players wanted.
It is. I like it. It's the format the people wanted.
Difficult to bring it every single event, considering logistics and clashes. But I guess as long as you have plenty of PCs at the hotel, you can play your online games. It's definitely possible. Just need to have that decent internet connection. 5 sets of armor on both sides as we go for not a rush. I thought Body was thinking about it. Waiting for Glaive to get aggressive here, and he'll fall back after getting tagged up quite considerably. Same story for Device as well. Glaive does fall back, trying to bait in Kiabi. But it's going to be Device that goes down first.
Shots with the kill. That gives him Library. G2 looking for their 2nd straight pistol. Both on Inferno. As Shocks covers off CT. That'll lock out Zippix, the last alive. Doesn't spot him, though, because he's cleverly gone underneath of the trimming, the little canopy, if you will. Eventually downed by Shocks as well. His 2nd kill. All of them important, both of them important. 6 now rounds for G2 and momentum. In mind, though, Astralis did lose the first pistol. They recovered in the eco.
That's true.
The lack of kit.
Yeah, really close, wasn't it? Glaive running away from MBK. Looked like MBK had done enough, but didn't have the kit to work with there. And we are going to see a force buy from Astralis. CZ and a BD50 for Kiabi. Even the AWP has got stuck in as well. This buy from G2, though, you really do hate to see this. The 4 MAC-10s just rushing middle. Could go horribly wrong. Well, he's smoked out as well. Got to run for the grey screen. Shoxy feeling brave, but nails the shot. No head armor for the CTs. That is a problem. The MAC-10 will punish that.
Little pole dance for everyone. No tips, though. Not good enough dance for Glaive. MDK through the smoke finds 3 in total. 2 more to close it out. G2 handled that with like a boss.
Indeed. Tolike now for Astralis. CZs don't bring them anything. As we'll see what happens here. There should be nothing to report. Is a replay of a round gone by. MBK getting one through the smoke. MAC-10s can stay out in full force there. Begs the question, do we see them going to the next round, the first gun round? We're going to see maybe a banana rush there after the force buy comes through. There will be a little rush here from Shoxy and co.
Shox with the spray. Tag Zipix to 10. Body around the corner, jumping. There's 2 players that are low. Thank you very much for the cash. Rated out by Kiabi as Shox after getting 1 shot on the MAC-10 himself. Body still going for more. This man's greedy. He wants all the money. Apex should find Dupree first, or will Body? It's a question we've been asking ourselves for years.
It's Dupree, final player to go down. We do save 2 MAC-10s there, so Body and Apex with the option there to throw them away. I don't think they will. I think they'll go for something nice and fast, stick together, and potentially find the unarmored heads of G2 there. So we have got a game on our hands now. MBK, I love you. The strong sign.
I didn't know if you were reading the sign. You actually meant it the way that you said it.
Both. MBK.
Body with the Molotov toward the top of Banana. Made bounce, Glaive tag to 71. Knife out a window that seemingly was the distance of a sword away. One of the Bowie knives, or whatever they call those big ones in this game.
Is Bowie enough, yeah.
David Bowie. Trying to find some room and space with the MAC-10s to work with. Indecision from G2 or just waiting it out? I'm not sure. Bleeding utility, perhaps. They haven't really gotten too much more. On the CT side, there's 2 smokes, 1 for Glaive, 1 for Kiabi.
Execution comes through. Smokes deployed.
Glaive and Kiabi both have their smokes in their hand. Yep, there's the counter smokes.
Both. Yeah, smokes in the guy. I guess it does block off a gap there. In they go.
Kiabi in the pit, not spotted. Apex jumps across the wall. Kiabi tries to get the shots in and manages it because they didn't check him first. Apex was undetected and managed to swing back around to get 1 trade, but Dupree still inside a graveyard has Glaive rotating in from Library. It gives them a slight advantage in the round.
10 seconds.
Device on the box, spotted by Shox, but immediately takes down both. Good spray transfer as he snaps over toward Apex.
That's execution there. The objective, get the smokes deployed, flash over, try and get those MAC-10s in position. They do manage to get in the pit, but you're right, Kiabi managed to be overlooked in the pit, gets 2. Can't find the 3rd, but time was so low that they couldn't convert it. But that was the bonus round. They made it expensive for Astralis. Wasn't the best device going into it. Only 2 players survive. So it's still anyone's game as we get into the next round. G2 will have more than enough money for a full buy. Win this, and they fully reset Astralis. And they're aware of that situation. That will probably tie things up. As we go towards B. 4 players here as well. Molotov a little bit late, and the flashbang's coming in. Can the Zipex do anything about this? Good flash. There's Glaive to open things up.
Good play, Glaive. Down MBK. Apex gets Zipex back, however, so G2 still with a shout. of getting into the bomb site, more so because they've done massive damage on the Glaive. Good play there for by Device to get aggressive. The nade took down Glaive, however, so it was almost an essential kill from Device. Now from Kirby, good damage. Damage will do. His dividends down the line. He spotted Body pushing before the smoke bloomed, but somehow Body found the shots instead. Device against 3, 2 of which are weak. And what's the call? He's going to come down banana. But the plant for G2, and Device doesn't seem like he's in any hurry at all to get toward the A site.
What you can do about this, and that's the harsh reset.
The hair cam.
Yeah, it is. It's been like that the entire time. But he will have the AK. There'll be almost no money available for Astralis next round. They'll have to force probably. They can save the AK. There's a chance they can win it, as always.
Zonic camera, more than it is a Device camera. Body.
It's worth the hunt. They'll be forcing regardless, so...
Device got it. Device got it, yep. You can see it on the big screen.
Nice.
In the middle of the room. A room filled with people that are cheering for Counter-Strike.
It's true, they are. Oh, Twix again. It's been the chocolate bar of choice.
It has been. I wonder if it's like the only choice. It's not normally my choice.
Oh, I don't mind the Twix.
I like Bueno.
I like that as well.
So
other chocolate bars are available. Don't know if we have any sponsors though. But Drink Monster.
Yep.
That's what
Monster and chocolate bars.
With a part of a balanced diet.
Very balanced diet. That may also include insulin if you do it too often. Inside the booth, talking with Zonic. The win for G2 on that, the bonus round, puts the money in shambles for Astralis and brings G2 back into contention. This matters, remember, $30,000, the difference between fourth and third. Yep, third and fourth. And obviously, bragging and glory, just as every tournament has at this point. We actually settled the score between the other semifinalists. There's no ifs, ands, whats, or maybe the bracket was different and they lined up on the other side. We get to know who would have won that game.
We're coming into the closing rounds now. It is the force buy from Astralis. Interestingly, it's going to be Zipex who doesn't buy a single thing. Maybe he dropped pistols, I'm not sure. But a Device with the AK-47 gets tagged up at the start. He's got the kit as well, so he's thought about it and thought, well, if I get a kit out, it's AK-47, comes down to a clutch. Don't want to lose it due to not having the defuse kit, so that's a wise choice. 1 minute remaining, some decent control from GT towards the banana area. Device only got one flashbang to hold them off, and he's by himself. At the 1 minute mark, and yes, waiting for any sort of CT reactions here. There's one. Glaive gives his position away, but that's even better from Dupree. Look at the double frag hit, does the damage. 98 to be exact, but not quite enough. If he gets that, they've got a really strong chance of winning the round, but MPK recovers it just about with the low HP there. They're hoping they get funneled towards B. I think G2 are aware of that. They head up towards A. There's only Glaive waiting there with the CZ in the pit. Still could do some damage here, you never know. 20 seconds, he could make this uncomfortable. He gets 1 kill, stays alive. Kiabi coming in as well.
Oh, they just were looking. Apex spotted it. Low HP in the last 2 players. It could have been interesting. Apex makes no mistake finding Glaive as well. 1 point game. Late surge by G2 again.
Should be 11-11, almost certainly.
Make a wish.
This is the force buy.
Force buy around that of the saved AK, which is now going to be tried. Or rather, Device will try to save again.
When separating these teams, like we said, 60 rounds played out of 2 maps so far. This is looking like it to be a 30-rounder as well. 11-11.
I think this will be a 36-rounder.
Overtime coming in?
Yeah.
It's G2 will probably get 2 out of this. Device trying to save the AK once again, but we have got Shoxy coming through. It's a common position, not an easy shot against Device, but he is kind of low HP. Shoxy will be coming in crouching. Who got it? Device did.
Device did. So the AK stays alive once more. Second time we had to watch that on the big screen.
At least we just about get the
Did you
information.
ever think you'd be on the big screen, Hank?
No. I didn't.
Fair answer.
Destiny has a funny way of working, isn't it?
Don't know, I haven't played it yet.
Nice.
Might try that out at some point.
AK up again. Device, where's he gone this time? He is going to be at the top of middle, joined by Dupree. They haven't really forced this, of course, after forcing the last round. It's almost certainly going to be 11-11 on Inferno. It's a map that often closes out series. This Device boosted up there, trying to do what he can above the smoke, gets the job done, but is it enough? I'm not so sure. It took a lot of damage trying to make that boost happen. A couple of kills against him as well. Dupree down to 17. Kid up, of course, still. It's going to be Zipex with the PT-50 and not much else to try and get at least one kill here. He might just have to wait for his teammates. He's just going to be a goner if he pushes that smoke.
He's going to. He's going to. Body's not looking the right way. If he hadn't found the kill on Shocks, there might have been a gun in reach. Stays on 56 HP as he tries to transfer around through ruins, but he is getting ruined. Shocks finds the immediate frag. Apex will plant at the coffins. Apex slips out from underneath Dupree. 17, Dupree dead. Couldn't find his shots. And 11-11 is looking guaranteed. Device is liking this AK. He likes it a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah. 3 rounds in a row.
Actually does get it. Excuse me, I thought we swapped perspectives the other way. I got confused. MBK dies now as well. He does. He has it 3 rounds in a row. Or he may. We'll see if they get to him or not this time.
I think he almost definitely is. They can't really afford to keep challenging him, losing weaponry here. Trying to build their own bank balance. They know CTs will be buying next round regardless, so probably not worth it. Crowd there. Ready and waiting for the grand final. Got a feeling that VP will be the crowd favorites here today. A lot of VP signs and hoodies in the audience.
G2 back in it. 10-5, they pull it back.
Oh, yes. All powered, though. Kenny S this time. T-side of Inferno up against Device. Already ready and waiting. In terms of initial aggression, not really much coming in from the CT forces. They'll hold in pretty standard positions, but this is looking like they're trying to force the issue a little bit more. They've got the smoke down to T-step. Zipex has full control. Banana can be left there. And you can see Glaive rotating back through Speedway, makes his way towards Arch. G2, they hold the bottom and middle for now, just baiting up all the utility they can. Plenty of time still on the clock. Kenny S waiting until the coast is clear to go for the pick, and this is an execution. Smoke's coming in, nade to the face, and they're going around towards the arch side here. They're faking out. It's the same smokes they used before to get in the pit, and it's all a little bit of a ruse. They're going to use those to get towards the arch itself. That's actually a really nice strategy. Deploying that once before, getting in the pit, focus on it. They took the bait. Astralis did, that is, and Shoxy to hold off in middle as well. This is still anyone's round, but G2 with a firm lead. Holds the library, not really sure what's going on. They have got information for Device saying they haven't come spawn yet, so watch out for library. And Dupree not ready for that, I'm afraid, taken down by Body, and is up to one player in the former Kiabi to defend the A side. He's had quite a quiet performance today. This one might not be any different. Device misses the shot, but should get the kill still. And he's going to try and save once again. It's getting a little bit frustrating for him every single round.
Jones finds it. G2 have a lead. Astralis do not look pleased in the fact that they are suddenly trailing in the game by 1 round.
Good tactic though from G2. I like that. Variations of their executions there. The old switcheroo. It's like an eco from Astralis as well. The lead to be extended to 13-11. Lost bonus to the 4th stage. Quiet. 25 kills a Device.
Well, quiet from Zipex and Kiabi though. Not much better off to bring Glaive. They're all in the mid-teens. It's him that's just well and truly ahead of everybody else. And they're back on pistols this round for G2 to try and make it a 2-round lead. And again, continue to build the bank. Flash goes high in the sky from Body. Toward the top of Banana. Glaive tagged already to 23 as he gets closer and closer. They're going to try and get him to the tree position, but that low on HP. Up against the head armor, you have to be pretty much perfect with the shots. In fact, Tree won't commonly check, so he goes to Cubby side instead. In fact, he goes better than that. Or was it better? Sometimes you gotta ask yourself. Maybe the results speak for themselves.
Sometimes they do. CZ's not really making a dent as of yet. 5-on-4. Device and Dupree with armor here, but all 4 players towards the A side of the map. It's unlikely to get much down. I think Kenny has just about spotted Device crossing there. Not 100% sure though. Let's be holding up. As we do now have Shoxy at the top of Banana. Coming in. Not as he intended. A little shake there to show it's not what he wanted to happen. And bounce that in towards the border itself.
On again. Smoke down. 1 boost. 1 coffins. Body finds Device. Apex finds Dupree. Body turns and turns again to find both Xyp9x and Kjaerbye. We now find 13-11, and G2 looking very comfortable on this terrorist side. Only 1 round thus far for the CTs of Astralis.
Now the game comes to its logical conclusion, the crescendo of the 3rd to 4th place playoff. The final few rounds now, as money starts to come back in favor, finally for the Astralis side. Can they find the opening they require? I'm sure maybe even the double orb comes out at this point, a little bit desperate, struggling. Got money, we'll have a look. Just a single orb this time, 13-11. G2 trying to close this one out. Still a bit of work to do here, but here we go, Banana Rush coming through. It's going to be Body to challenge Glaive, but it'll be an equal trade for now. Gets him from the grave, and this is the same boost we saw earlier on with the AK-47. It's the Henry G boost, yep. Co-creator Vendetta, we'll be watching.
MBK, he's got Dupree. Device readies himself at the arch side. Makes no mistake of putting Apex down as he burrows himself into the site that they're going to wrap around. Kjaerbye needs to make sure he's supporting Device. Hits the up-close shot, but he needs to trade Kjaerbye because Shock still found the kill, and he'll get a double from the site. A 1-versus-1 versus none other than Xyp9x. As Shox gets the plant, Xyp9x gets closer, but Shox wins it out this time, and it's 14-11 for G2.
Yeah, he's looking sharp today. Had his criticism over the last few months and lost his confidence, perhaps, he said in a few interviews, but that was fantastic work from him. Carries around single-handedly, gets the opening towards the A site, and wins out versus Xyp9x. That is no easy feat, let me tell you. There's going to be Body in his previous round doing good work towards the B-bomb site. Good work, as there's the replay from the fist bumps. 14-11, oh, the force spike coming through. This could be it. CZ's shotguns, but sometimes he did a round that looked some of the most convincing, like it all falls apart in a second as G2 desperately not trying to make a mistake, and sometimes you just walk into the certain choke points too slowly, let the clock run down. We'll see though, G2 looking like they're going to do it though. As loss bonus won't be incredible at this point. I think they're probably, well, they actually are, it's what, probably 4th stage after this.
As this, our 3rd place game comes to its, as you say, logical conclusion. Don't forget we've got our best-of-5 grand finals coming up. A reappearance of Virtus Pro in form versus SK with bolts on board. Down to the side, Glaive jumps up, realizes he will be under pressure, swaps from a smoke to a incendiary, but won't go aggressive with either. Doesn't elect to throw either until now. So incendiary goes deep, that'll buy space. Smoke naturally should go shallow at the choke point, the entrance point afterward.
An execution there. Only 1 player waiting. Oh no, it's Glaive. He's going to sit in the smoke, try and flash in. This is going to require something quite magical. Xyp9x joins him with the fragging, and he does get something to work with, but that's not quite enough, I'm afraid. 4-on-4, damage inflicted to 2 players on the Astralis side. I'll swap over weaponry and Body with control of ruins. The smoke could be perfect here, it is as well. That's going to really make things difficult. They have to go for this. They're going to be eco next round. The flashbang comes in, but it's not enough. Body, fantastic work with the AK-47. Locks it down. They have to save these rifles now.
I would have thought the save sooner, actually. With 3 rifles and an MP9 and no kits locked out, I would have thought just save the 3.
Towards ruins, that's definitely the end, isn't it? But they had to at least try something. Hope for some magic, perhaps, with that flashbang. But it wasn't enough. And Apex presumably going to lock them out, saving anything. Nice shot.
That sucks for Cabby. You would have thought he was in the clear, jumping around, enjoying the day. Taken down. And it's map point, series point, third place point for G2. $30,000 to them, over that of what Astralis achieved.
Yeah, that's actually more than most of the tournaments from like 2012 to 2013.
More than AZK ever made at one event, according to the Mo video.
Hey, did you watch that? Yeah, I saw that.
Poor guy.
The most unlucky guy in Counter-Strike.
Maybe he should have become the French star. And it would have been fine.
UMPs, saved rifles, 4 rounds required. Like we said, we saw all 60 rounds of the first 2 maps. Astralis trying to keep that dream alive. As we'll get into round number 27 here.
Body. Backs off to get a boost in for that of his team. Yeah, saving those 2 rifles, they bring out UMPs. It could have been 3 and 2 UMPs, but take your pick at what you'd prefer. As Astralis fight to stay alive and force out overtime. Crowd wants G2. Kenny S. Just checking. Oh, there is a bell. I didn't know there was still a bell there.
I had no idea.
I literally did not know. I obviously saw texture, but you could still ring a bell in Inferno. There you go for all the people that were complaining.
Desperate last booths now. Glaive might make this work. It was certainly well guaranteed frag. There we go. All right then, Astralis with the 5-on-4, an advantage finally going in their favor, but not for long. MBK being a nuisance at the top and middle. Forces a rotation as well. They've left the B side open. No Glaive. They've taken the bait, hook line, and sinker. It's Kenny S with the bomb.
That's desperate.
Oh, no, he's doubting himself. Look at his eyes, I should say.
Yep, Chops is going to walk in and realize, oh, hook line and sinker, double fake. Pump the brakes.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Good old Inferno, throwing everything into the mix because Glaive doubts himself, calls for the rotation back. Device goes with him, and suddenly it's Kiabi left alone on the site. Good find on the first one, but Kenny takes Device back as soon as he arrives again from Library, and now they've got a counter flank. Shox, who was the closest one to Banana. It's all on Glaive, and Apex wins that as well. G2 take it, a double fake, when either would have worked, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
But G2 take the win and take third place.
They've done it. Long old series, that one. It was a weird way to kick things off on Nuke. We had the AUG, we had the auto snipers, the shotguns. It seemed like it was a little bit out of sort of the realm of traditional Counter-Strike, but you can still see Astralis a bit gutted at that one. They really wanted to win that. Kiabi was not looking too good, and G2 got smile on the faces. Just to reiterate, that's an extra 30K. That is nothing to be sniffed at, so that's actually very impressive. They managed to do it. Good way to finish it out.